Hey guys, hopefully everyone is doing well. Today's target is to solve question number 21 and by routine it's question number 12. As it was informed, we are taking these questions from different books so that we do have better practice regarding all aspects of the chapter. The chapter which we are related with is financial statement, where we make profit and loss statement and balance sheet statement. As usual, we do have two parts, and you can see that on left side the performa which is given does include debit balance, and look at here credit balance. So we are assured that it is trial balance, and when you will focus on right side at this small picture, these are adjustments. So basically this chapter is related with adjustments in financial statement. And as you know that when we do have two parts, adjustments are present additionally. So what we will do, these adjustments would be solved as our first step, and then we will be focusing upon our trial balance, where each element would be entered as our second step. I'm sure that you people have understood the procedure, and right now what we will do, we will be solving adjustment as our first step, then we will focus upon trial balance. So we are ready to start our question. Let's begin. First adjustment is closing stock. We will go to cost of goods sold statement, where we will write opening stock, and then we will add purchase, then we will write returns, then we will have our closing stock. So this is the position of closing stock. Amount of closing stock mentioned over here is 180,000. So just put 180,000 over here, and as you know that each adjustment has dual effects. So second effect of closing stock would be in current asset, and we know that amount of closing stock is 180,000. So in this way guys, our first adjustment has been completed. These were having two effects. It was having two effects. Okay, the next procedure, the next adjustment, adjustment number 2, wages include a sum of rupees 12,000 spent on furniture. So those people who have a basic knowledge about rectification of error, they do know what kind of error it is. So anyhow, if you do not know rectification of error, we can directly understand it. So actual amount was spent on furniture, so it should be added in furniture, but by mistake we have entered in wages. Okay, when any amount is entered by mistake, it's easy to subtract it because by mistake it was added. So let's spend on furniture, you are going to write over here, amount of which is 12,000. So you will be putting 12,000 over here. So first effect is completed, then you will go to furniture, and here since it is actually related with furniture which was not added, now we will add spent on furniture and amount was 12,000. So guys, you have seen that we have subtracted this amount from wages because actually it was not related to wages. So we have subtracted with which it was actually related, that was furniture. So we have added over here. In this way our adjustment number 2 has been sorted out. Now we will go for third adjustment. Increase provision for bad debts by 5%. Now I am requesting you to please underline this word. This is an adjustment which has included in question for the very first time. So please underline this word, increase. Whenever you will see increase in bad debts, usually what we do, we go to operating expenses and then here we do write bad debts plus additional bad debts plus new reserve less old reserve. We usually write in this way. But in this case, you will be writing only new provision for bad debts. And here nothing would be added, nothing would be subtracted, and it is said 5% on debtors. You can calculate over here. For that we will seek where debtors are present. Okay, you can see here we have debtors, amount of which is 72,000 and ratio is 5%. 72,000 is amount of debtors and then we will take 5%. So we have new provision and now we will go to our current asset, and here you will write as usual sundry debtors as first, then you will see new reserve again because it should have two effects, old reserve and then bad debts. Now you will see first new reserve and then you will add old reserve and then you will subtract bad debts. Final answer would be subtracted from debtors. So you will be writing debtors over here. Amount of debtor, I'm sure that was 72,000. New reserve we have calculated and that new reserve was 12. Let me see again. That was 3600. So you are going to write 3600 over here. Later on we will see if there is old reserve or bad debts we will be entering over here. But right now what you have understood, if it is increase in provision, you are going to write only new provision in operating expenses, and in asset side this series you will have to remember new reserve, old reserve would be added and bad debts would be subtracted. Final answer would be subtracted from sundry debtors. Alright guys, in this way our adjustment number 3 is completed. Next is closing stock include 18,000 of worth of goods received for which invoices not received. Invoices not received mean we have not entered it although it is added in closing stock. So obviously in earlier period of time we had purchased them and invoices were not received, it means purchases were not entered, and since invoices are related with credit transactions, so goods were purchased as first step and we have purchased from creditors, so second step is to deal with creditors. We will add in purchase and we will add in creditors. So here in opening stock we are going to increase one more line and at this place you will add invoices just to remember ourselves. And how much invoice is? That is 18,000. So amount would be posted in front of it, 18,000. Secondly, we will go to current liability side and here you will write creditors and invoices would be added over here and amount of invoices 18,000. So put 18,000 over here. In this way guys, all adjustments which were present over here, there were 4 and we have added both effects, dual effects. 2 effects are completed and we have entered them in their respective places. After which we are now be focusing upon, we can take it little aside and we are now going to adjust these elements of trial balance in our question. So first is drawings. Let's put drawings over here in our fixed liability side, for which we will enter capital first, then we will add net profit, and then we will subtract drawing which is present in trial balance. Amount of drawing given 30,000, write down 30,000 over here, and you know that these are present in trial balance, that is why there will be only single effect. After which we have purchases 270,000. 270,000 would be written over here, for which we have already fixed the place. Then we have bill receivable, current asset. So you will go over here and will mention bill receivable. Amount of bill receivable is 36,000. So just put 36,000 over here. After bill receivable, we have furniture 18,000. So you will be writing 18,000 in front of furniture in fixed assets. Then we have debtors 72,000. I think we have already written. Look at here, 72,000 of debtors. After debtors, we have plant. Plant is your fixed asset. So mention over here. Amount of plant is 90,000. Write down its amount. After plant, we have sales return. We will come in direct income side, and here you will write sales and less its returns. Sales return 4800. Put it over here. After sale return, we have insurance, which is part of operating expenses. Mention insurance over here. Amount of which is 2400. Then after insurance, we have opening stock, which is already mentioned over here. 120,000 was opening stock. Look at here, opening stock 120,000. Then we have wages 48,000. Wages 48,000 already written in its place. After wages, we have printing, which is part of operating expenses. Amount of printing is 6,000. Put it over here. Alright, next is depreciation on plant and machinery, that is 3,000, but please remember it is present in trial balance. So that is why it would have only single effect. We will go to operating expenses, depreciation on plant, and you will be writing depreciation 3,000 just for once. You are not going to subtract from asset side, single effect in operating expenses. After depreciation, we have investment 36,000, for which already place is present. 36,000 of investment. Then we have general expenses, part of operating expenses. General expenses would be written in operating expenses. Amount is 66,000. So you are going to write 66,000 over here. Then we have prepaid insurance. Prepaid, it's not present in adjustment. There will be only one effect, and that would be in balance sheet. So here we are going to write prepaid insurance, amount of which is 600. Just put 600 over here. Now please note it down, there were two effects, depreciation on plant and prepaid insurance. Both were adjustments. But since they were present in trial balance, that is why there is only effect. But one very interesting thing you have seen that depreciation, please remember, was written in operating expenses only, and prepaid insurance was written in asset only. So you will have to keep it in mind that depreciation on operating, prepaid in asset side. So guys, left side is completed. Now we will be looking forward for right side. There we have salaries. We will go to operating expenses, and here you will write amount of salaries, which is 24,000. So here you will put 24,000. After salaries, we have bad debts. Now please remember what we have done. In current asset, here there were bad debts, and you will write amount over here, which is 1200. Write down over here. After bad debts, we have cash at bank, which is part of current asset. So here cash at bank would be mentioned, amount of which is 6,000. So just write down 6,000 cash at bank. Then credit balances are being started, and as you know that from left side to this last point, cash at bank, all were debit balances. Discount on purchase 6,000. Now there can be two elements. You can subtract it from purchases. Discount can be subtract from purchases, or you can go to other income side, and here you may write discount on purchase. Amount of discount on purchase is 6,000, so you may write 6,000 in front of it. We will see later on if we want to match our answer exactly according to book. So we will see if discount in purchase is subtracted from purchase or it has been written in the other income. Both are good for you. You may write it as your other income, or you may subtract it from purchases. Alright guys, so we were at discount on purchase, after which we have dividend. This is written on credit side, so it's operating income. Here you will come and will write dividend. Amount of dividend is 1800. We will write over here. After dividend, we have interest payable. Again, we have an adjustment but present in trial balance. And please remember, except depreciation, all adjustments would be entered in balance sheet. So interest payable would be entered in current liability, and here you will be writing interest payable. Amount of interest payable 3600. Write down. And secondly, we have salaries payable. Look at here, salaries payable. This is also part of salaries payable. I've seen that spellings usually accountants don't see very well. Interest spellings are also have to check it out. Okay, salaries payable, amount of which is 1200. Write down 1200. Then we have bank overdraft. Again, it's current liability, bank overdraft. Okay, and the amount is 60,000. Put it over here. Then after overdraft, we have provision. This is old provision, and we have already fixed is place reserve it place old reserve. Amount of old reserve is 3000. Put 3000 over here. Then we have sales for 80,000. You may write for 80,000 over here. After sales, we have creditors, part of current liability. Here you will mention creditors. Okay, its place was already reserved, and here you will write creditors, amount of which is 48,000. Put 48,000 over here. Then we have return outward. These are purchase return. Here is its place. Return out are 2400. Put it over here. After which we have bill payable, part of current liability. Bills payable, amount of which is 30,000. Write down its amount. Then we have last element, which is capital, 198,000. You will write 198,000 over here. Alright, casually what we have done, all adjustment with their double or dual effects completed, and then each and every element present in trial balance is transferred to financial statement. It's time to start our calculation. Do remember that there was one element, discount on purchase. There is possibility of writing discount on purchase in cost of goods sold statement, or you may write it at other income. Both are okay for us. So let's see what our question writer had done. Sales minus return. We have got final amount of sales, net sales. Now we will calculate our cost of goods sold. Opening stock plus purchases minus return, and then you will add invoices, and then you will subtract closing stock. We have got our final amount of first cost of goods sold, and then we have wages less spent on furniture. It means we are now ready to calculate total amount of cost of goods sold. This is initial part of CGS. Then we will add direct expenses. Finally, we have got total amount of CGS. And now you can see the answer is 213,600. Let's see what our answer, 213,600. It means what we were saying about discount on purchase. This book writer had also opted the option to write it as other income. In this way, our GP is completed. Now we are ready to start our calculation regarding net profit. First, we will take sum of all operating expenses. Then we have our operating income. There are no other expenses, 0. And then we have one other income, 6,000. We are now ready to start our calculation for net profit. First we will take gross profit, then you will subtract other expenses. This is other expenses total. Then you will add your other income. This is other income 1800. Then you will subtract other expenses 0, and then you will add your other income, and that is 6000. Okay, all elements related to net profit has been entered, and we have got our net profit. This, let's match it with the book, 116400, and you can see over here 116400 is the answer of net profit given in the book, and here you can see that our answer is also 116400. In this way guys, 2 out of 4 parts have been completed. We are now free to sort out our asset side, and here furniture was 18,000, spent on furniture amount was 12,000, so we have got 30,000. Once again we'll have to see amount of furniture. Yes, it is 18,000, and now we can calculate total of fixed assets. That is done. Next step is to see our current asset, for which we will complete our debtors. You will have to be very much attentive. First we will take debtors, and then you will subtract what? Answer of new reserve plus old reserve minus bad debts, and in this way you have got final answer of debtor. Once again please understand, you will write 72,000 as debtors, and then 1 2 3, these are 3 elements related to debtors. New reserve, you will add old reserve and subtract bad debts. Answer of these 3 elements would be subtracted from debtors, and final answer you have got 66600. So it means all adjustment related to current assets completed. You are now ready to take sum of all current asset completed, and then we have our investment that is also completed. In this way what we have done, these are fixed asset, this was current asset, investment, and final total 445,200. Let's check it out from our question answers given over here. Alright guys, 445,200 is balance sheet total, and our answer 445,200. 445,200. It means 3 out of 4 parts are completed. We are now open to calculate our last part, and that is liability side. This was your net profit 116400. You will add 116400. It was required to be added. This was your net profit 116400, and this was added in liability side. So let's calculate final answer of capital, amount of capital. Then you will add your net profit, then subtract your drawings. We have got total liability, fixed liability, and as you know that there is nothing else present in fixed liability, it means it has been completed. Next step is to finalize current liabilities, where we have creditors, and then add its invoices. It means we can now take sum of current liabilities. There were 5 elements. Current liabilities completed, reserves are not present, so you may write 0, and at here we can take sum of current liabilities and fixed liabilities. and the answer we have got 445200. Answer in the book is 445200. So guys, in this way you have seen this was total of asset side 445200 and this was total of liability side 445200. It means all of four answers are matched with the book and they are correctly entered. Look at here, this was our question. 1, 2, 3, 4 parts. This part was associated with direct side. Gross profit was calculated 213,600, and here let's make it little bigger so that you can look at it. 213,600 was your gross profit, and here gross profit 213,600. After which we have calculated net profit 116,400, and we look at here net profit 116,400. Then we have this asset side 445,200, 445,200 balance sheet, and here liability side 445,200. So guys, in this way 1, 2, 3, 4 parts all are being all are sorted out and solved with exactly the answers present in our book. This question was quite interesting because of these three adjustments. 2, 3, 4. Wages included was actually spent on furniture. This increase in provision was very interesting. Fourth was again a new concept. Invoices were not recorded. It is requested you to please remember this question because of three new adjustments. These are not conventional adjustment. They were not outstanding prepaid or depreciation. These were uncommon adjustment. I'm requesting you to please practice this question for 2, 3, 4 times, and after practicing, if you still feel that there is a problem, there is misunderstanding, I am openly requesting you to share your problem through messages, text, or you can directly contact to share your problems. I will humbly be trying my best to answer your question quickly. So thank you very much for your time. It's time to say goodbye. Allah Hafiz.